What's up? So I have a question for you today. Do you believe that Clyde and Officer Goldman both deserve to die? They have created a bunch of havoc in that town. And while every soap opera needs villains to survive, do you feel that Clyde and Officer Goldman have anything left to give? Now, looking at it objectively, Officer Goldman, as much as I have contempt for her, she does have potential to be a long term villain for Days of Our Lives, if written right. However, I do want her to suffer indefinitely for what she did to some innocent people that never did anything to her. I want to learn more. If Officer Goldman's going to stick around, even as a villain, I would need more of her background of the show. I would need to know who are her people. Did she turn out to be like this? At least understand her to keep her around. But on today's episode, Ava was this close from killing her, because Ava made it very clear she wanted revenge on her ever since she tried to kill her son. And who could blame Ava? Honestly, Ava may be a treacherous woman, but she's a mother. So, and Tripp almost died because of Officer Goldman, who was so sadistic with it, so barbaric. How she tried to deprive Tripp and Wendy of oxygen. That was just pure, unfiltered evil that I saw there. And while, like I said, this is a soap opera, we need drama, we need villains, but I can't let that slide what Officer Goldman did to my sweet Wendy, especially. Wendy had to go through post-traumatic stress disorder because of the things that Officer Goldman has done. So, but Lucas, on today's episode, he talked Ava out of killing Officer Goldman when she was right about to. And they were mocking her. But I also found it funny when Ava was mocking Goldman about that nasty gluten-free bread. She talked about, is this sawdust? I'm like, I know that's right. That's just nasty. I don't want that crap. I know that's some healthy crap, but She had to do that badly for that gluten-free bread. She got caught just getting some gluten-free bread. I'm like, Ava spit that crap out. And yes, but Lucas is like, yo, Ava, what you doing? I'm trying to do this to get out of prison. You're going to make me an accessory to murder. I'm not trying to do that. Like, yo, just chill out. But, but you can see how the roles were reversed, though. Hopefully Officer Goldman starts to repent. Because the actress is an attractive woman. Like, I'm not going to lie. When I was first looking at Officer Goldman, I thought Officer Goldman looked like a dude. Because the way she was dressed up like a cop. I'm like, yo. Officer Goldman ain't it for me. But she's attractive. When I got a good look at her, especially the actress, I'm like, so she can stick around and even be a villain or a problem or a troubled character for a while. She has that potential, but is she worth it? Though they gotta get creative with her. But once Ava eventually left Lucas with Goldman, and apparently Clyde and Kate used to date back in the day, so I think they might be chem testing between Lucas and Goldman. So that will be drama because we all know Mommy Dearest Kate, Mama Bear, won't approve of that one. So she got that going for her. Because Clyde, on the other hand, he needs to get his. Like, Ava had him with that gun, and she did what she had to do, but Harris had to go and stop her from killing Clyde. Tell about, Ava, what the hell are you doing? Because Clyde made it clear that he's still going to torture Ava. So do you think Ava should just kill Clyde and ignore Harris, or should Chad, well, because we all know Chad is going to be in Clyde's face tomorrow, but probably by tomorrow's episode. So we'll see how that plays out. But what did y'all think of that scene with that? Now, moving on, we had Xander, Sarah, and Kayla. So I could tell Kayla don't really like Xander like that, but she was trying her best to be civilized. But he was trying to put her on the spot. But she still, she kept it classy at work. That's one thing. When Kayla's at work, she's completely classy. I couldn't even notice the woman had a, I didn't think this woman had a dark bone in her body when I saw her in the hospital. But when she goes at home with her husband in wife mode, bro, yo, she was giving me a headache. Like, did y'all really, was any of y'all feeling Kate and Steve's scene today? I thought that was way too long. Like, her talking Steve at a dinner, like, why do you always have to risk your life? Why don't you just let Ava take care of Clyde? Ava and Harrison need to take care of Clyde. Why you always have to be the fixer? Why you always have to be this? No, I want you here. You need to do this for me. I'm your wife. I'm like, Kayla, boo, you're being extra. This is what that man do. You knew who you got married to for some years now. Come on. You expect him to change and be a grandpa all of a sudden? No. What is Steve now? 70? And he's still moving strong. Okay? So, Kayla, calm yourself down, bro. That man would have been alright. But, because Chad had barged into Steve's face, getting an update about Clyde, and then Chad's like, look, I got my private jet ready. So, either we going, or I'm going to get there with you or without you. Chad was not playing no games. He's like, this man burned down the house that my kids were sleeping in, and he murdered my wife. I'm done with this. He needs to get got. And Steve tried to talk him out of it, but Chad wasn't trying to hear none of that. I don't blame Chad with that. I don't blame him not one bit, because, no, that was completely ridiculous. How Clyde has all this power. Like, take him down. I feel like Goldman, we can keep her around, but Clyde, he gotta go. He just has to die. He has to die. Now, Goldman, on the other hand, she just needs a beat down from Wendy Shin. That's all. Let Wendy come back and whoop Goldman's ass from head to toe. Up and down. Drag her. Rip her hair out. F her up. Make her unrecognizable for a while. Alright? That's all what needs to happen, and I'll be even with Officer Goldman for her to raise somehow in that town. Because she could be a villain for Johnny and Chanel and other people. She has that potential. I saw it. After looking that she looks good. So Spider-Quake, you were right. Albert, you were right. She looked good. And I can't deny that no more. I'm like, wow. That was good. And then also Xander and Sarah, they were just sitting there. My thing is, Sarah wanted to passively tell him that she wants his mother around because she wants the baby to have the grandmother in her life. But oh no, only if you're comfortable with it. But make sure. But Xander made it clear his mother is a mean drunk at that. She's already a drunk and she's mean. She's Nicky Nim. And when Sarah want to say, well, I know Maggie's a drunk. Be like, oh, come on. Maggie ain't a bad person. I mean, she's a dumb one, but she's not a bad one. She's hard-headed. But she ain't that bad. Like that. So, Sarah, you're doing too much, bro. You're doing way too much. Just, if Xander wants his mother there, let him do that himself. But, like, you basically saying that you're contradicting yourself. You said it's his choice only if he's comfortable with it, and then you proceed to pressure him into doing it. So make it make sense. Like, relax, Sarah. Not everybody has a close-knit family. You gotta respect your partner's boundaries. Especially when it comes to their own family. Just gotta, Ava need, Sarah just needs to chill out. And then Kate and Roman, they were sitting there rehashing about Leo yesterday at first, and then Kate started worrying about Lucas, and then, like I said, Kate called Lucas, finally got through to him towards the end, and then that was that. And Kate threatened to kill Ava and Thing if something goes bad to her baby boy. I'm like, all right, Kate, she really is extra. And also an extra line in there when Harris was with that criminal, and had to talk about he found nude photos of him. I'm like, gross. Like, I get it, he's all muscular and that, but this guy here ain't my type. He ain't my type. So I didn't need the idea of that photographer, that criminal naked. I just not need that early in the morning. I'm just saying. People are watching this early in the morning. He ain't turning nobody on. So that is what that is. But he eventually let that criminal go. And he just left him to rot. He said he's gonna come back for him after he catches Clyde. So that's how that scene ended. But that was pretty much it for today's episode of Days of Our Lives. I thought it was a good one. Let me know what you thought about Days of Our Lives in the comment section below, and I will see you all later in my live stream.